You know thousands of English words. You use maybe 50? Think about that. Thousands sitting in your head, and when you finally open your mouth, the same 50 come out every time. You see, it's not because you need more words. You have enough right now. They're just asleep. And here's the part most English learners miss. The goal isn't to keep learning words. It's to wake up the ones you already have so they show up when you need them, not 20 minutes too late. So today, my friend, that's exactly what we're going to do. 9 ways to make English vocabulary stick permanently. No memorizing, no pressure, just 9 simple things you can start doing today to turn words you recognize into words you actually speak. Are you ready? Well then, let's jump right in. Method number 1, word neighborhoods. Now, what is a word neighborhood? You see, instead of learning a word alone, by itself, on its own, you need to learn the 3 words that usually stand next to it. The words that are its partners, its friends, its neighbors. For example, heated travels with argument, a heated argument. Heated also travels with debate, a heated debate. Heated also travels with exchange, a heated exchange. Argument, debate, and exchange are neighbors of the word heated. So why does this work so well? You see, the first reason is your brain doesn't store single words. It stores company, groups. You see, a word with no neighbors has nothing to hold on to. It's just by itself floating around in your brain. However, when there are neighbors, it can latch on to something. Reason number 2, when you speak, you don't retrieve one word at a time. You pull a chunk from your brain. So learning the chunk means the whole phrase arrives together instead of you trying to assemble it under pressure. And reason number 3, neighbors tell you which version of a word you're holding. Remember earlier I mentioned the word heated and its 3 neighbors: argument, debate, and exchange. Well, heated beside argument is not heated beside soup. Heated soup means hot or warm soup. And knowing the difference is what stops you from placing a word somewhere it doesn't belong. This is why method number 1, word neighborhoods, is so powerful. So how can you do it? How can you do it specifically today? This is what you need to do. Choose one word. Then write the 3 words you've most often seen beside that word. Again, choose one word and then write the 3 words you've seen next to the word. It's neighbors. Here's the practical application. Let's say, for example, our word is daunting. After me one more time. Daunting. Excellent job. Now, we have to find 3 neighbors for the word daunting. Here are the 3 neighbors for daunting. Task, a daunting task. Challenge, a daunting challenge. And prospect, a daunting prospect. Prospect, I'm leaving this in. Prospect. A daunting prospect. You see, now you don't say a daunting job. You say what native speakers actually say. A daunting task, a daunting challenge, a daunting prospect. Why? Word neighbors are important. This moves us, though, to method number 2. Say it before you read it. Once again, say it before you read it. What is this all about? You see, when you meet a new word in a sentence, which you are going to do, you're going to meet a new word in a sentence. You want to cover the definition and guess the meaning out loud first, even if you're wrong. I know it's going to feel uncomfortable. Teacher Tiffany, wait a minute. I don't know if it's right or not. It's okay, baby. It's okay. When you see that new word, Don't look at the definition first. Just guess. What do you think the word means? Just guess. Why does this work? 3 reasons. Reason number 1, the guess creates a gap. And when you then see the real meaning, your brain snaps it into that gap and holds on to it. Your brain is absolutely amazing. You see, being wrong first makes the answer sharper. It makes it stick. It makes it grab onto something. Reason number 2, the moment before the answer is the moment your brain cares most. Curiosity opens a door that a definition alone walks right past. If you're immediately looking at the definition, there's no moment, there's no gap, there's no door to go into. And reason number 3, guessing forces you to use the sentence around the word. The same skill you need in real conversation. You're looking at the context. When nobody stops to define anything for you in a conversation, you have to guess based on context in the conversation. The same is true here. You're guessing based on the context. You're developing that skill. So how can you do this? How can you say it before you read it? This is what I want you to do. The next unfamiliar word you see, say your guess aloud before checking. When you're reading something, even as you're watching this lesson or listening to this lesson, if I use a word you don't know, pause the video, pause the podcast episode, and guess what the word means before you actually look it up. Here's the practical application. Let's say you're reading and you see this sentence. She was reluctant to give up her seat. That's the sentence. She was reluctant to give up her seat. Now, the word is reluctant. You're not sure what it means, but you're going to say out loud, I think it means she didn't want to. Then you're going to check the definition, and you'll see that the definition of the word reluctant is unwilling and hesitant. You were close. You said, I think it means she didn't want to. So your guess was very close to the actual definition, unwilling and hesitant. And because you tried first, the word has now somewhere to land in your brain. Method number 2 is say it before you read it. Method number 3 now. Steal the sentence, not just the word. Again, steal the sentence, not just the word. What is this all about? You see, when you hear a phrase you like, copy the entire sentence into your notes, never just the word. Many times as an English learner, and this happened to me as well when I was studying Korean, you'll see a new word. You'll see a new expression and you'll just write the word down, or you'll just write the expression down in your notebook. No, what you need to do now is write the entire sentence that has the word or expression included in it. Why does this work? 3 reasons. Reason number 1, a word without its sentence is like a tool without a handle. The sentence tells your brain how the word behaves under pressure, how the word is used. Reason number 2, the sentence carries the rhythm, where the stress lands, how the words connect. Save only the word and you lose the music that makes it sound natural coming out of your mouth. You need the sentence to have the rhythm. And reason number 3, a real sentence is proof. You know a native speaker actually said it that way. So you never have to wonder whether your version sounds strange. Nope. I have the sentence. This is the real sentence used by a native speaker with the word, the expression inside of it. So how can you do it today? How can you steal the sentence and not the word today? I want you to write down one full sentence you heard today, even if it's a sentence you've heard me saying in this lesson. But I want you to write down one full sentence you heard today, exactly as it was said. Practical application now. Let's say the word that you heard was linger. Linger. Now, don't write the word linger. Instead, write the sentence the word linger was found in. So you would write this. I didn't want to linger, so I said goodbye and left. Again, I didn't want to linger, so I said goodbye and left. You see, now you own the entire shape, the whole shape, the rhythm, the situation, and the word inside it. This is why method 3 is so important. Steal the sentence, not just the word. Method number 4, the same day story. I love this one, the same day story. So what is this exactly? You attach a new word, a new term that you've been learning, to something that actually happened to you on that day. Not an invented example, not a made-up story, a real one, something that happened to you the same day that you learned that word, that term. Now, why is this so powerful? Why does this work? Reason number 1. You see, your brain protects memories tied to your own life far longer than facts tied to nothing. Personal beats abstract every single time. So if a term you've been learning is suddenly connected to an experience you had today, you'll remember it longer. Reason number 2, a real moment gives the word a location, an address. When you need it later, you don't search for a definition. No, you remember the room, you remember the person, you remember the feeling, and the word comes with them. And reason number 3, your own life repeats itself, right? We're creatures of habit. Because the situation will happen again, whatever the situation was that happened today, it probably will happen again. That word will also get pulled out again when the situation arises, without you scheduling any practice. This is why the same day story is so powerful. So how can you do it today? All you need to do is take one word you've been learning, or one term, an expression you've been learning, and describe something from today using it. One word that you've learned and use it to describe something that you did today. Practical application. Here we go. Let's say the word that you chose was overwhelming. This is the word, overwhelming. Now, here's the invented example. The task was overwhelming. Well, if you just make this sentence up, you're going to forget the term tomorrow because it's not connected to anything really that happened in your life today. However, a real example is the line at the grocery store this afternoon was overwhelming. I almost walked out. Now there's an actual example, a real situation, a real experience. I had to go to the grocery store today. I had to buy food for my family. And the line, oh my goodness, was overwhelming. Now the next time I go to the grocery store and I'm standing in line, overwhelming will come to my mind. The next time you're in that store, the word comes back on its own. Method number 4, the same day story. Leading us now to method number 5, the second encounter. So what is this, the second encounter? After meeting a new word, a brand new word that you've learned, go looking for it deliberately. Listen, go find it. Go look for it deliberately. Search for it in something you'll read or watch that week. You want to find another place, another situation in which this term is used. Now, why does this work? The second encounter. 3 reasons. First, the first meeting introduced you to the term, but the second meeting will confirm the term. Words don't stick until your brain sees them twice in different places. The second reason is the second time you see the word appears in a different sentence with different neighbors. Remember, we talked about neighbors. And that variation is what turns a single memory into a flexible one you can actually use in daily life. And reason number 3, seeing a word somewhere, real, proves that it's a working word, a word used in real life, not a textbook word. Your brain then files this useful word and discards the ones that are not useful. So how can you do this today? I want you to take one word from today, one word that you've learned, and find it used somewhere else before you go to sleep. Whatever the word is, make sure you find it being used in another situation, whether it be a TV program, whether it be a YouTube video, whether it be a book, an article you read, wherever it is, you have to find this word. Here's the practical application. Let's imagine the word hesitant still. Monday, you read, he was hesitant to commit. He was hesitant to commit. The word is hesitant on Monday, right? Well, on Wednesday, you go looking. You're trying to find when this word is used or where it's used. You find it in an interview that you're watching online, and the person says, I'd be hesitant to call this a turning point. On Monday, you heard he was hesitant to commit. On Wednesday, now you're hearing I'd be hesitant to call this a turning point. Two different sentences, two different speakers. The word stops being something you read and becomes something people say. It stops being something you read in the past and starts being something people are saying today and will continue to say in the future. Number 5, the second encounter. This leads us now to method number 6, the opposite pair. This is another powerful one. So what is it? You're going to learn every new word alongside its opposite. Never one alone. So if you learn a word, you're going to find out what the opposite word is. What is the opposite? So why does this work? Learning the opposite pair. 3 reasons. Reason number 1, your brain stores meaning by contrast. Hot, cold, tired, energetic. You see, a word with an opposite has 2 hooks instead of 1. 2 hooks in your brain. And 2 hooks are far harder to lose. Reason number 2, the opposite draws the border. You learn not just what the word means, but where it ends. And that edge is what stops you from using it slightly wrong. You know the boundaries. And reason number 3, you get 2 words for the effort of 1, and they hold each other up. Remember, either one and then the other one will arrive. I remember this word, so the opposite automatically came with it. So how can you do this today? I want you to take a word you learned recently and find its opposite. You can pick the word, but find its opposite. So, practical application. Let's say the word you learned was cautious. Cautious. Now, the opposite of cautious is reckless. So we have cautious and we have reckless, the opposites, right? So now say both in one sentence. He's cautious with money. His brother is reckless with it. Opposite again. He's cautious with money. His brother is reckless with it. So we have one sentence with 2 words permanently connected. Method number 6 is the opposite pair, which leads us now to method number 7. Write the text you won't send. Write the text you won't send. So what is this? I want you to draft a message using new words. You have your cell phone, or even if you're typing an email, draft it. Draft a message using new words. An email, a comment, a reply, and then delete it. You heard me right. Delete it. Remove it. Don't send it. The point is the writing, not the sending. So why does this work? Because you're not sending the message. Listen closely. 3 reasons. Reason number 1, writing forces slower, deliberate retrieval more than speaking. And the deletion removes all fear of judgment. No one's going to judge you because no one's going to see it, but you have to write it out. Reason number 2, writing shows you exactly where the gaps are. Speaking lets you slide past the missing word. Writing makes you sit there staring at the space. What is the word I need to write? And reason number 3, you can try the risky version. With nobody receiving it, you'll reach for the word you'd normally avoid because no one's going to see it, so that pressure has been removed. And reaching is where growth happens, when you're trying, when you're making an effort. So how can you do this today? I want you to write one paragraph using 2 newer words, then delete it. Write it as an email, write it as a text message. It's up to you. But write one paragraph and make sure you include 2 new words, then delete it. Practical application. Listen to this one. I want you to open a blank message. Here are the words to use: reluctant and daunting. Reluctant and daunting. I want you to write, I was reluctant to take on the project at first. The timeline felt daunting, but I'm glad I said yes. Read it once, then delete it. The words stay, but the risk disappears. Again, method number 7, write the text you won't send. Method number 8, I like this one as well. The morning recall. The morning recall. So what is this? Before checking anything, try to remember the words you met yesterday. Whatever comes back, comes back. Just try to remember what you learned the day before, and whatever comes back, comes back. 3 reasons why this is so powerful, why it works. Reason number 1, pulling a word from memory strengthens it far more than seeing it again. Remember, you're not looking at your notebook, you're not looking at another piece of literature. No, you're just thinking. And this strengthens it far more than seeing it. The struggle is the strengthening. Reason number 2, what comes back tells you the truth. You see, the words that appear are yours. The ones that don't were never really learned, only recognized. Listen closely. The words that appear belong to you. The ones that don't come back to your memory, you really didn't learn them. You only recognized them. And reason number 3, recalling right after sleep catches your brain at the moment it's sorting out what to keep. Ask for a word then, and you're telling it, hey, I want you to keep this one. So how can you do this today? Right now, I want you to name 3 words you encountered yesterday without looking. Close your eyes, think. Which 3 words did you encounter yesterday? Which 3 words did you learn yesterday? Write them down, no problem. Don't look at anything. Practical application. Let's say yesterday you met 5 words. Yesterday you were studying and you met 5 words. Maybe you were following my daily email. I'll tell you about that later, where you get new words every single day. This morning though, before opening your notes, 3 come back. Linger, daunting, and stingy. 3 of the 5 words: linger, daunting, and stingy. 2 don't come back at all. That's your answer. Those 3 are becoming yours. The other 2, they need another encounter to become yours. But these 3, linger, daunting, and stingy, they've become yours. Method number 8, the morning recall. And this leads us to method number 9. Method number 9 is 1 word, 5 situations. Again, 1 word, 5 situations. What is this? I want you to take a single word and place it in 5 completely different situations. For example, work, family, a store, a disagreement, a joke. Place it in 5 completely different situations. Now, why does this work? 3 reasons. Reason number 1, a word learned in one setting stays trapped there. It's only applicable to that situation. But moving it across different settings teaches your brain the word is portable. It can move to different situations. Reason number 2, 5 uses build 5 separate paths to the same word. When one path is blocked in the moment, another one still has the ability to get you where you're trying to go. And reason number 3, changing the situation changes the weight. You can go from formal to casual to playful to serious. You stop learning what a word means and start learning when to use it. So, how can you do this today? Let's say, for example, you take the word handle. Take the word handle and use it 5 different ways. Here's the practical application. We have the word handle. Situation number 1 is at work. I'll handle the client call. Situation number 2, with family. Can you handle dinner tonight? Situation number 3, in a store. Careful, that handle is loose. Situation number 4, in a disagreement. I don't think he handled that well. And situation number 5, as a joke, I can handle anything before coffee, nothing after. One word, handle, 5 doors into it. This is how you master the vocabulary. Method number 9, 1 word, 5 situations. I hope these 9 methods helped you, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you want to continue studying with me, you can get my free email newsletter by going to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com. The link is in the description, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson.